Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Guatemala 2, El Salvador 0 in CONCACAF Nations League 2023-24 Liga A Group A. Guatemala 2, El Salvador 0 en la Liga de Nations de la CONCACAF Liga A Grupo A. Guatemala should have won by more, to be completely honest. Tomas Romero did stand on his head at times. He made a good penalty save. He made some really good saves. He played well. El Salvador had some really good defense. I think Tomas Romero really saved him more than most. Eric Zavaleta didn't look horrible, but he looks okay for El Salvador, which is just weird, as always. But El Salvador had no forward play to speak of, and that's what ruined them. In the 15th minute, ball played in. Carlos Maia heads the ball into an empty net because he was in the right place at the right time. 1-0, 1-0. There's a missed penalty by Rubio Rubin late the first half that makes sure it goes to halftime 1-0. Medio tiempo, 1-0. Sadly enough, they could have done better, but you know what? Should have been 2. It's still 1-0. They have the lead. 78th minute, Pedro Altan picks up the ball from a defensive clearance. It's at his feet. He's at the top of the box and takes a banger of a shot past the arms of Tomas Romero. He almost touches it, but he doesn't get there. 2-0, 2-0, golazo by Altan in the 78th to make sure Guatemala wins. 2-0. They hold on. They play some good defense as well. Very good defense. Hagen as well. Some good goalkeeping. Guatemala really won because they had better offensive play. They actually chose to take the ball forward. That's basically it. Goalkeeping, you could say Romero was just as good as Hagen, if not better, because he had more to do. Defensively, El Salvador was pretty good. They allowed 2 goals, but they were still pretty good defensively considering they actually had the ball thrown forward. Midfield, that's a push, but Guatemala's offense was the better part of the team. Or the better part of the game. That's the reason why Guatemala won. You can't not put the ball forward and think, hey, you know what? We're going to win this game. Nope. Can't happen unless you get a penalty. But then again, you have to go forward to try to get a penalty. I don't know what El Salvador was trying to do here, to be honest. Full-time stats. 14 shots to 12. 10 shots on goal to 8. 48% possession to 52% possession. 376 passes to 417. 87% pass accuracy to 86, 17 fouls to 14, 3 offside to 2, 3 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 5 corners to 8. So, with that being said, El Salvador, I don't know what the hell they were trying to do. I don't get it, because to me, if you're going to play the ball forward, if you're going to try to play football, you got to go forward. You can't just stay back and hope. Yeah, you could hit on the counter, but that wasn't even going to happen with the way El Salvador was playing. They basically said, hey, you know what? We're just going to stand back. Stand back. Like Vince McMahon back at the Slammy Awards. Like, dude, no. No, it's not going to work. They let Guatemala have the ball. They made some good defensive plays. Where was the break supposed to happen? Where? I didn't see it. Where was it supposed to happen? I didn't see it. Yeah, they had shots. I mean, of course, they got forward at times, but it seems like it was like every 10, 15 minutes. Like, they didn't have a very continuously chance on net. They did not have continuous plays forward to see how they could make the game go their way. They did not have multiple continuous plays forward. Guatemala legitimately dominated the ball. And at least when it mattered, or where it mattered in that final half, the second half, their offensive half, the final third, they had the ball where it mattered. And they made El Salvador pay. Guatemala, I wouldn't say they dominated. Defensively, they did what they had to do. Hagen stood on his head when need be. Midfield did their job. Ball goes forward. There's 2 goals. I mean, I don't know about you, but it's not the best performance by Guatemala, but they did what they had to do. They pushed the ball forward and said, hey, if you're going to give us the chance and just say, hey, we're going to let you push this ball forward. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to sit there and be like, okay, well, hell, I'm going to take that. Yeah. Like, El Salvador threw the game. Once they got scored on, they never had a chance. They never had a chance. What? Like, I don't know, man. They had no chance. Once they got scored on, they had no chance. It's mind-boggling. You have a chance to go to Copa America if you get enough points, if you finish second, right? You win, you're at least third on the night. You're at least third if you won your game. If you drew, you're fourth, third or fourth, depending on the fair play points. You're in striking distance. You choose to lose. You choose to lose. Guess where you are? With Martinique and Curacao. I don't know about you, but I don't suffer fools lightly, and the way they played this game was foolish. Hugo Perez, I've always had good things to say about him, but I didn't expect him to be so naive. Yeah, there's your word, naive. Naive. This man was straight up naive. This man legitimately thought that he could be like, you know what? I'm going to sit back the whole game and not even try to break, and I'm still going to win. What? Tactical naivety, which I'm surprised. I don't know why. Guatemala did exactly what they had to do. That's the point. They did what they exactly had to do. And there you go. It should have been 3 or 4-0, maybe. I think, with the way they were playing. And the amount of play they had forward. It should have been 3 or 4. I'm surprised it wasn't 3 or 4. That's life, ain't it? I'm surprised it wasn't 3 or 4. But what can you do? Surprised it wasn't 3 or 4, but again, what can you do? But just play. Man of the match for me. I gotta say, I'm gonna go. I can't go Hagen. Altan, he got the second. He made sure it was a win. We'll give it to Altan. I wanted to give it to Tomas Romero, but he allowed 2 goals. It should have been more, though. He did make some really good saves. If there's an El Salvadoran man of the match, it's Tomas Romero. If overall, it's Altan, frankly. So, yeah. He got the second goal, the clinching goal. There you go. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to play this. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of Jamaica versus Honduras in Group B of the Nations League. League A, Group B. We'll see you for that. Should be a really good game. Be enjoyable to watch. Let's see how this turns. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.